Hello. So we're here today to talk about Stargazer, and by Stargazer there's so many different versions, and so I class it as an umbrella term for all my different versions of Stargazer. So I think what I'll do first of all is tell you about how she came about. So I'd found this gorgeous stitch on Pinterest, where I find a lot of my stitches, and this image of what I wanted to create came into mind. And I just finished pattern testing a low cut dress, which totally pushed me out of my comfort zone. And so I thought, let's try and see whether we can further sort of develop on this, and try a different avenue, so to speak, or a different design. And so yeah, I decided Stargazer was sort of born from that vision of having a low back, low front dress, using this stitch that I'd found, and then yeah, it sort of just stemmed from there, which I suppose any design stems from. So we tested it out. I think my first version was done in a seafoam green, and I was just like, wow, this looks brilliant. It worked so well. It just came together like magic, really. And it's sort of one thing I can't do, which I will tell you, is draw. I can't draw. So all my ideas just sort of come from a vision that sort of pops into my head, and then from that vision I'll look for a stitch that I think will suit it, and then from there it's a case of trying it and just seeing if it works. And in this case it did. And how I describe it, yeah, it is half of the time just like magic, and it just grows in your hands as you just like watching it come together, and it's just like weaving a magic wand, like waving a magic wand, and it's just, yeah, magic. I can't describe it in any other way. In my mind, it just like develops sort of a life of its own and comes into shape. I mean, obviously, this is my own creativity and skill at work, but other than that, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And in this case with Stargazer, it did. And like I say, my first version in a sea green, it was. I ran out of yarn, so I could never see it how its true potential. Then came the yellow, and I love working with yellow. It's always this colour yellow yarn. It's just joyous and lovely and shiny and sunny, and yeah, I like yellow. It's one of my favourite colours. And that's when I saw it come true to light, with its low front, its low back. And then I'd found a flower pattern, which I inserted in the back in the form of a train, and it creates a beautiful triangle of like a cascade of flowers. You can't see my hand. A cascade of flowers that flare out, so it cascades beautifully and comes into a circle. And then I used my decorative fan stitch, which I use for edging, and coincidentally, I've got that stuck on there. I used it for this dress that I've actually got on as well. So if I can lift it up high enough, can you see it? Oh, it's stuck on the flipping tripod. Wait a minute. Let's try again. So yeah, I used this stitch on the bottom. It's such a lovely, and it creates, I don't think you can you see it properly? A minute. I'm ever so professional. There. It's such a lovely detailed stitch, and I think it brings so much decoration and it just finishes it off so beautifully. So that's sort of where Stargazer came from, and that was a yellow one. With the yellow, I just wanted slim sleeves to start off with, and that was my first version. I put a nice decorative fan stitch around the edging down the front and the back, so it creates like a scalloped edge, gorgeous scalloped edge, and then buttons, cascade of small little buttons going down the back. Yeah. It creates that nice silhouette. I think that's the thing that I love about the Stargazer, the silhouette it creates. It's fitted, but then it flares out and it just creates that moment. You know, the moment where the bride looks over her shoulders and it's just the dress is sort of fanned out behind her, and it's just, yeah, the open back, the slim and the flare, the fit and the flare, and it just cascades around. Yeah, I just love it. That was always my vision. I love that moment. It just looks so perfect and beautiful, and it's just like magic. But yeah, so that was my first, that's how Stargazer sort of came to life, and it was Stargazer yellow to start off with, and then from there came Black Stargazer, where we delved a little bit deeper. I took out the train, so it was just a long straight silhouette, but then at the bottom, because it's got this frill on, it adds a nice, so it goes down 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 and then out at the side, and it's got this nice frill on the bottom. So it I suppose the inspiration or the idea behind it was a bit like Morticia Adams, and I suppose then at the same time I did the straight sleeves and added this frill onto the edge, so that you had the lovely drop of the lacy sleeves. And the amazing thing about it, which I discovered, is because it's all lacy and it's quite an open lace is the frill, is that you can actually put the lacy bits over your fingers, so you'll have your hand covered with a nice pineapple, and then from there it drops down, and it doesn't move in place as well, and you still have your fingers free to be able to use. Yeah, so that was a magical coincidence, was that one. And that was Black Stargazer. Again, followed the exact same pattern, low front, low back, and slim silhouette. I think then after that I'd been contacted by Bridal, who creates gorgeous felt flowers, and she loves the bold and brights, and she wanted to create a photo shoot, so she'd asked me if I could do some dresses. So the theme of it was yellow, orange, pink, and then a deeper pink. So she was the one who came up with or got me into the ombre, and then that is the Stargazer Bright, using the ombre yarn of those colours, and the blend is just beautiful. It just cascades and melts into colours from yellow to orange to bright pink, and then into a deeper pink all the way down the dress, and it just works. It fitted Stargazer perfectly, of the way that everything just fans out and melts, and the colours just stream and melt down into one another, and it just looks so beautiful. That train, yes, it looks amazing. And then I did the sleeves again, all cascading down into colour, so it'll start at yellow down into all the other different colours and ends in the deep pink on the end of the lace sleeve. But yeah, that when you know you create something beautiful, and you know it looks amazing, but it wasn't until I attended that day with everything else that came together with the model and all the way the hair had done and the makeup, everything, the cake, the what's it called, the venue with the decadence with the big books. Wow. And yeah, everything on the flowers, yeah, everything, all the suppliers, it just all came together. And it was then that I saw what is actually possible with my dresses. And I was just blown away, absolutely blown away. You just look and you're just like, wow, have I actually done that? And then you just sort of pinch yourself and you're like, well, yeah, I have. And it gives you the validation, because you have the beliefs that you're creating, like I say, a work of art. In my mind, that's what they are. You're creating something from nothing, and in my case it's just an idea in my head, and then you just bring it to life with the stitches and the yarn, and it comes together by magic, and then you just see it in life, and it's like, wow, amazing, absolutely amazing. And I was just blown away by how beautiful it looked, how beautiful the bride looked, and how everything just came together, which a wedding does, doesn't it? That's exactly what happens. You think of an idea of a theme, you build your dream basically, and then it just comes to life, and you're just like, wow, this is amazing. And that's exactly how I felt. The photos and the footage, I was just like, oh my god, yeah, my heart just like was bursting with pride, and I just felt so emotional that I'd actually created that. And it just made me realise that, yeah, crochet is something else, and it brings, like I said, validation to me, but then I think it also takes it out of what is possible, or it not take it out of, it shows just what is possible with crochet and what you can actually achieve with it, and the moments and the decoration and the colour and the vibrancy and the theme, and it can just blend beautifully, and it just lends itself to so many different things. And yeah, I was just so proud. I don't know if I'm getting it across, just how beautiful and how amazing, and how, yeah, it was just something else. And so that is Stargazer, and I've just actually the Black Stargazer, I'm going to be using it in another shoot, and I think because of the boundaries that the possibilities, well, because of what was achieved, shall we say, with the pink lemonade shoot that I did, it's pushing me as an artist to be able to see the potential of what can be created with crochet, not just the dresses, but the themes and the things that it can be used in. I mean, I when I first started creating the dresses, the automatic assumption that popped into my head was your boho bride, which it's perfect for. It's meant, isn't it, for boho brides, your flower crowns, your pastels, your gardens, or your beaches, and that's naturally the assumption. But because of the creativity behind the pink lemonade shoot, it's opened my eyes to what actually is possible. And like I say, I'm going to be creating a shoot in February using Black Stargazer and actually the red Zinnia dress. So we're doing black and red, and hopefully, no, I shouldn't say hopefully, we've got a whole load of other suppliers involved, and the theme that I chose, I don't know whether we'll be able to do it because I don't know if we've got any involved, but I wanted it quite dark and moody and gothic, a bit like sort of Phantom of the Opera-ish, with like gothic masks. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But and that's the thing with design and creativity, you're only limited by your imagination, aren't you? And I think there's a quote that actually says that and it's a case of just trying and seeing, as with any time I come to design a dress, and seeing how creative it can be with the concept and how it's actually applied. So I'm glad I've spoken about this. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope you've seen and found out a little bit more about Stargazer and my process and my like admiration and just pure emotion and joy about it. I love that dress. I'm so proud of that dress. And yeah, yeah, I don't know. I always get a bit about it. I don't know how to. You just look at it and you just like that with it. And I think that's probably words rather than it is blubbering. Anyway, thank you for staying with me, and I hope I don't know what to say. Let's just say thank you for staying and listening to me and finding out a little bit more about Stargazer and how she came about, and thank you. I don't know where I'm looking on here. Anyway, thank you for your time, and thank you for being here and spending a little time listening to me on about my crochet. Thank you. I'll see you another time. Bye.